Right then, day 3 of the Florida holiday, and today we are going shopping at the Florida Mall. So we're going to the Florida Mall today, which is located on Orange Blossom Trail and is not far away from Orlando International Airport. And the Florida Mall is a one-story shopping centre, shopping mall as they call it in America, and it opened in 1986, and there is 4 anchor stores, departmental stores within the mall. You've got JCPenney, Dillard's, Macy's, and of course the last remaining Sears, the last of the 2 remaining Sears within Florida. And because, as you know, there's been a handful of Sears stores that have closed over the years. So we're going over to the Florida Mall today, and of course there's now a Primark in the Florida Mall, which is very interesting. So I'm also going to do the elevators within each store. And so here we go, we're just waiting at the traffic lights here in International Drive, and just waiting for the traffic lights to change from red to green. So we can't turn on red, it's like everywhere where you go, whether it's the UK, the US or anywhere, never go through a red light. And so there's some traffic cones, well, very weird type of traffic cones. They're actually like bollards in the US compared to being in the UK. So I'm just waiting. Oh, traffic lights turned to green, so we can now head off. So over there is the world's largest McDonald's. There was an original one next to it on that side, which was themed like a Happy Meal box. And there's a Perkins over there, Walgreens, which is a chemist, Walgreens Pharmacy, which also, so you've got Walgreens, and the UPS store, Cooper's Hawk, and of course there's the conference centre. And over there is the Crown Plaza, which is the flagship hotel here on International Drive. It is one of the major biggest hotels that we've seen over the years, and of course down there's the Castle Hotel. And so there's the Crown Plaza. Well, it's now called Hotel Landy. Just to update, it's no longer the Crown Plaza, it's called Hotel Landy. They've actually changed hands. And over there's the Orlando Hotel, over in Orlando. And right then, we've just gone through the traffic lights. So just gone by the Hotel Landy, and on the opposite side is the wheel at the Icon Park. So you got the big wheel, and we're now on our way towards the Florida Mall. So there's a bit of construction going on here. Signal ahead, the American way of roadworks. So there must be some work going on here, and so we're now waiting at another set of traffic lights. So this is the way that's going to take us over to the Florida Mall, and also you can get this way to go to Orlando International Airport, as well as using the road where you get on by the SeaWorld complex. So there are different ways to get to Orlando International Airport for those people who've not been here before. And so this is going to help you with all the different roads around Orlando. And so we're just waiting for traffic lights. So as you know now, we're on the Sand Lake Road, and also we'll be coming to the S. John Young Parkway, the South John Young Parkway, also referred to as the Sand Lake Road Retail Park. Yes, there's a retail park coming up any moment. And there's a retail park coming up this way any moment. And so this is the way that goes to Orlando, Florida Mall, along with the international airport. And oh, there's a roller coaster there. I don't know what that park is. It's very interesting. Unless that might be. But comment below if you think what park that is over there, because that looks very interesting. Never seen that. So we are here over at so we're now by the Greenbrier Parkway. So here we are.
So that's a big hotel.
Okay then. Anyway, there's some road closed signs there. So there's quite a few big hotels that have been built here, and so you've got St Nicholas's Church over there, here in Orlando. So trade parking. So believe it or not, over there there is some sort of theme park over there, but I just don't know what that is. But once I find the information what park it is, I will get back to you as soon as I can. So we're going down the Sand Lake Road, down the S. John Young Parkway, because the South John Young Parkway Retail Park is going to be coming up on our right hand side. And as you probably know, what is down here, let me tell you, there is a Walmart down here, which is a supermarket, and it's 3 miles now to the Florida Mall. So it's 3 miles to the Florida Mall. So we're going to the Florida Mall, and so we've got the Sand Lake Conference Centre. So we've got the conference centre here at here on the Sand Lake Road. So Shingle Creek. This is Shingle Creek. So South John Young Parkway Retail Park is on our right. So the South John Young, so the John Young Parkway. So here we are at the John Young Parkway, which is towards our right. Over there we got some sort of government building. Well, One Blood, and over there is the car dealership. Over there with it's like built on a multi-story car park. And anyway, bit of and of course is Walmart. You got PetSmart and Lowe's, and Lowe's is referred to as the American Wicks, or shall I say, Great Mills. So here's the American Great Mills, Lowe's, or Wicks, or Homebase, or Do It All. And anyway, here's the Do It All song. How do it all do it? What they do it for? Once somebody tell before we knew it, and do it all do it. You can bet we'd be doing it as well. So anyway, we've just gone past Lowe's, the American version of Do It All. If you remember, Do It All was a DIY shop back in the UK before, and was then branded as Focus. So anyway, jetting off in the air is an airplane. I think that's one of the American carriers, and it's just been taken off from the nearby Orlando International Airport. And it is the main flagship airport in the centre of Orlando, handling not only the American carriers but all the British carriers like Virgin, even Aer Lingus UK now, Shamrock. Well, Shamrock originated in Ireland, but obviously they've got the British flights that go directly to the UK now, picking up work from Thomas Cook, which was a very sad time when they collapsed 5 years ago. But however, you've also got BA as well, you've got Lufthansa to Germany. And so anyway, here we go, down the Sand Lake Road, and over there is a distribution centre. So we've got a distribution centre here, so we're now going across the level crossing. So we've got a level crossing here, and yeah, probably guess what that is up there. That, well, here we go, we're on our way. So we've got a distribution centre here. So it's a bigger. Now there was at one time here a half a telegraph pole. but apparently, believe it or not, I think they've taken them down unless it's further up the road. And it was the Icon here. So here we go, we're going upwards now. The Florida Mall should be coming up any time. Now there was 2 department stores that there was 3 original department stores here at the Florida Mall. You had Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Avenue and Lord & Taylor, but sadly those names have disappeared, so the only original names you got here now is Dillard's, Sears, JCPenney and Macy's, but Macy's wasn't the official original tenant because it originated as Burdines. And yes, the Hartford Telegraph poles have been taken down. And so we also buy Walgreens. So we just buy Walgreens now. And so we're just now on our way towards the Florida Mall. And the jewel in the crown of the Florida Mall is the flagship hotel, the Florida Hotel. And of course, there's actually a drive-through with a chick on top. And of course there's Marshalls here as well. There's Marshalls, and Marshalls is part of TJ Maxx, referred to as TK Maxx in the UK. And of course it's also part of HomeSense. So yep, and we are just turning right into the Florida Mall. It's owned by the Simon Malls Group. So here it is. This is the Florida Mall, and here's the main hotel that sits in the heart of the mall. It is a very big hotel. A lot of people stay here, especially the majority of the airline staff who come from different parts across the globe. And so a handful of people do tend to stop at the Florida Hotel, even if it's like for business people, etc. And so on. So a lot of business people do tend to stay at the Florida Hotel. So here is one of the main department stores, JCPenney. I'll possibly compare JCPenney maybe with the likes of TJ Hughes, which is the Liverpool-based chain of discount department stores. Sears is over on the other side, which is possibly compared with like Littlewoods and Index. A defunct department store in the UK, but Littlewood still trades as a catalogue company. It just doesn't exist as a physical retail brand anymore in the UK. There's quite a few historic brands of no longer. There was a Lord & Taylor here. Now Lord & Taylor no longer exists. They're now an online retailer. So here we are at the Florida Mall.
So we now arrived at the Florida Mall, and we are starting first at Primark, where there is a cone monospace lift, and this is my first ever US Primark. Okay, go up to 2 and close the doors. Alright then, this is the elevator at Primark at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida, and this is a cone monospace capacity £5,200, which is 2360 kilograms, 32 persons. Here we are, 2. Oh, it's staff only. Let's go to second floor customers. And close the door. Gosh, I accidentally got into the staff only area. Oh, here we are, second floor. Let's go down to 1 rear. A bit confusing this elevator is. Close the doors. Wow, isn't it great? A Primark here at the Florida Mall. This used to be where the old Forever 21 was. Going back down to 1. Well, we're going down to 1 rear. Here we are, 1 rear. And that's it. Now for my correction with the lifts in America, they're known as elevators. So now we're going to Zara, where there is a Schindler elevator. And this elevator is awesome and has very awesome chimes. Alright, so this is the elevator at Zara at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And this is a Schindler elevator, capacity £2,500,
Oh, this lift, this elevator's bumpy. A bit rattly. Here we are, 2. Go down to 1. Talk, talk, talk. It's a very nice Schindler elevator. This is certificate. And here we are at 1. Wait for the doors to open up. Wait for the doors. And that's it.
And now to the elevator in H&M. This is also a Schindler, however the doors are overlapped. Just like the one in Primark, whilst the Zara one is just one single door.
Alright then, this is the elevator at H&M at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And this is a Schindler elevator, capacity £4,500. Torches on! Here we are, 1. Go back up to 2. Off the doors. This is a very nice Schindler elevator. And this part of the Florida Mall used to be the Lord & Taylor department store. We are 2. And that's it.
So then, we're now going to the awesome Sears department store. Now, this place has not changed in years. This is like a surviving timepiece, going back in time to what department stores used to be like. A bit like with the likes of Alders and Littlewoods. And gosh, this business has survived the last few years. So Sears was formerly known as Sears and Roebuck, and then obviously the store had been founded by Richard Warren Sears and Alva Curtis Roebuck, and this store had survived the last couple of years. But however, during the last few years, Sears closed their doors for the final time. But however, this branch at the Florida Mall has been retained, so that is good. But however, you can tell that this store could likely be closing, but it might be retained as certain departments have been added into the business. Most of the area is empty. One of the escalators has stopped working and the top floor feels very deserted. It's a bit like House of Fraser. This is what department stores are going to be like in years to come. And now to the elevator. This is a very awesome old Montgomery 1980s. And can't you believe this elevator is still in good condition? I just hope that Sears at the Florida Mall doesn't close at all, because it is such an awesome department store. I really, really love Sears. It's one of my favourite US department stores, because obviously the majority of the stores in the UK are closing, like Bealls is closing, and I just hope that Sears doesn't close. But obviously, recently, Sears has announced it will be downsizing its store for a future round 1, and it will open next year in 2026. So watch this space, guys. It's such a shame that Sears is going to be downsizing the store, because I liked it the way it was.
Alright then, this is the elevator at Sears at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And this is a Montgomery elevator, capacity £2,500. The last remaining Sears in Orlando, following the closure of Vivido, Seminole Town Centre in Sanford, and also a handful of other stores. Let's go down 1 and shut the doors. Gosh, I can't believe this Sears has still survived. And we're going to go up to 2 one more time. I can't believe it. The last remaining Sears store left here in Florida. Let's go back up to 2. And we'll close these doors. Montgomery, all full of wooden. Wow, listen to the motor. Here we are, 2. And that's it.
Now to JC Penney, where there is a Westinghouse elevator.
Okay, let's go up to 2. Anyway, this is the elevator at JC Penney at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And this is a Westinghouse, capacity £3,500. This is the original tenant at the Florida Mall alongside Sears. Here we are, 2. Go down to 1. And we'll close the doors. This is one of the popular department stores here at the Florida Mall. Going down to 1. The emergency phone there. Here we are at 1. Wait for the doors to open. And that's it. Okay then, here are the escalators at JCPenney at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And these are Schindler escalators. And these used to be former Westinghouse. They've recently been modernised. Well, modernised a couple of years ago. There's the down escalator. And have a still sort that music out because they're playing One Republic. So a bit of music going on in the background, so I have to talk the music out in here. Anyway, we're now going down now, so have to talk the music out in here. Talk. So here's the Schindler escalators going down. So very nice, modern, up-to-date escalators these are, compared to the old ones that used to be here. So here we are, arriving on the first floor of the department store. Alright then, this is the elevator at Macy's at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida, and this is a Schindler MT. Capacity, £4,000, torches on. And this used to be Burdine's, then Burdine's Macy's, and now Macy's. Here we are at the second floor. Go down to 1. Wait for the doors to close. Emergency phone. Doors secure. Well, this is a big elevator. There was a Macy's at the Seminoles House Centre in Sanford, but there isn't anymore. The same goes with the Fashion Square Mall branch. Here we are at floor 1. Wait for the doors to open up, and that's it. Right, these are the escalators at Macy's at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And these are Schindler escalators. And this store here used to be Burdine's, and then Burdine's Macy's, and now it's just called Macy's. Nice bit of skylight up there. So we're coming up to the top floor of the department store. I'm just going to have a walk on the top floor before we go down. Okay, we're going back down now on the Schindler escalator. Oh, very nice view in the store. This is a very posh department store. There's actually another Macy's here in Florida. It's actually at the mall at Millennia, which opened in 2000, the Millennium year. And of course we've got a Bose speaker in this one, but no Bose logo on at all. Here we are on the first floor. Alright then, this is the elevator at Old Navy at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida, and this is also a Schindler MT. Capacity £4,000. Here we are 2. Go back down to ground G. As you know, you've got ground as the floor numbering on the buttons. This is a metal elevator, and there's a CCTV camera there. Go back down, except the indicator says floor 1. There's the emergency phone button there, instead of a manual phone. And the alarm bell 2. Here we are 1. Wait for the doors to open. And that's it. Talk. Anyway, these are the escalators at Old Navy at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And these are Schindler escalators. And we're going up. This is a massive massive Old Navy. There's the Old Navy logo. Down escalators there. So this is a very massive store. Well, here's a good store here. Here we are on the top. Let's see on the other side. Right, we're now going down. These escalators are very nice, especially. So just going back down, I'm having to talk the music out in here. Talk. I want to get copyright, and here we are on the ground floor. Okay, let's go to 2 and close the doors. Anyway, this is the elevator at Dillard's at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And this is an international, modernised by code. Capacity 4,000 pounds. Very nice elevator this one is. Here we are, 2. I'm going to go back down to 1. Go down to 1 and shut the doors. Emergency alarm bell. Awesome motor. Hello. Brass doors. Nice elevator this one is. Here we are at 1. And it's so huge as well. A lot more space. And here we are. And that's it. Alright then, here are the escalators at Dillard's at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. And these are Schindler escalators. So this is a very nice posh department store. I think I'd compare this with a Harrods or possibly the John Lewis and Partners department store at the Trafford Centre in Manchester. Here we are, up to the top floor. That's it. Okay, here we go. We are going down the escalator now. So we're going back down to the ground to level 1, referred as ground floor level. Here at Dillard's. Very posh, old type department store. Really like department stores. This traditional. Here we are on level 1. Talk. Anyway, here are the escalators here at Sears at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. These are Montgomery, Twinkie, and these escalators are out of order. Okay then guys, that was my urbex of the Sears department store here at the Florida Mall here in Orlando, Florida. The last remaining Sears. And you know what? I doubt that store's going to last very long here. I think possibly in years to come that store will be preparing for closure. But as always, I will keep you up to date for what is happening with Sears department store. JCPenney seems to be a lot busier today. And so I'm not sure how long what the future is for Sears department store here at the Florida Mall, because a lot of their stores are closed over the years, and the Florida Mall has managed to be kept open because it was still profitable, but obviously with the escalators down and obviously it just wasn't working really well. So it's a shame if Sears does become high street history here in Orlando. And so thank you for watching. Alright then, we are now coming back from the Florida Mall, and we are going down the Universal Boulevard. So there's the wheel of Orlando, the biggest Ferris wheel. We went on that back in 2018, 6 years ago, from when it was known as the Orlando Eye. And it is located at Icon Park. So there's the wheel. It's also part of the Merlin Entertainment. So there it is, the Orlando Eye, and there's the Star Flyer there. There was a drop tower here, but obviously due to obvious reasons that take it down. And also there's Madame Tussauds here as well, and Sea Life. And there's the Slingshot. There used to be one of those over at the nearby Magical Midway, which has been demolished. And on the other side, and over here, is of course Castle Hotel, formerly known as Doubletree Castle. Let's get a good shot. That's the Castle Hotel. Of course, they had the Mikado. And as you know, there's a new theme park being built over here called Epic Universe, which is set to open next year in 2025. And so that's going to be really good to see the Universal complex expanding. And then you go on there, the airport, Orlando International. So we have stayed at the Castle Hotel when it was known as the Doubletree back in 2004. And of course there's a swimming pool with a water fountain in the middle, and there was even a water fountain in the on the land that squirted water into the pool. And there's Plaza Luz Row. So over there is Point Orlando shopping centre, and Point Orlando is like an outdoor shopping village. So you got the car park right there. That's the parking garage, parking garage. So it's really nice to see Point. So this is Point Orlando. I've been to Point Orlando back in 2004, and all of those are all way before my before this YouTube channel was established. So this is Point Orlando. So there's the point there, Point Orlando. Of course, it's also home to where the Wonderworks is located, and here's the Rosen Plaza. There's actually two of these Rosens on this same road. You got the Rosen Inn and the Rosen Plaza, and it's really nice to see a fountain located within the middle of the Rosen Plaza Hotel. So International Drive, because as you know, International Drive is very iconic. Here comes an iRide trolley just about to pass us. So there's an iRide trolley. Lovely iRide trolley buses there. Very, very cute buses they are. Just waiting for traffic lights to change from red to green. Now, for those people who've not been to Orlando before, I highly recommend any of you who are coming to Orlando is booking with Virgin, because they have a great service, and of course they fly you into the main Orlando International Airport, closer to all the Orlando attractions, especially Walt Disney World, SeaWorld and Universal. And because if you are flying with TUI into Orlando, you'll be flying further out, which is an hour drive back into Orlando, and that is into Melbourne, closer to the Kennedy Space Centre. But obviously it's close. Yeah, they've moved it there from Sanford to be closer to the Port Canaveral Marella cruise. So you got the Orange County Convention Centre coming up, referred to as the American version of the NEC. the National Exhibition Centre, and we have stayed at quite a few hotels here in Orlando on International Drive. Like 2001, stayed at Holiday Inn, I think it was. We had a waterfall in the pool, then went to Doubletree Castle, then to the Radisson Barcello, which wasn't really much of the best hotels, to be honest. It was just like a normal swimming pool. But however, since we've moved to Sheraton Vistana in Lake Buena Vista, we've just been there ever since. So we've been at that hotel the longest. So it's nice that we've been there the longest at Sheraton Vistana, Lake Buena Vista. Right, here's the link bridge, the moving walkway, and got lovely sprinklers out on the land here, on the grass. Really nice to keep everyone cool. And so some fountains over there. So just now by the Orange County Convention Centre. So we're now by the Orange County Convention Centre. So there's those iconic structures. The iconic structures. That's where they do all the exciting events. So Rosen Centre Hotel is right here. So this is the Rosen Centre, and it's another popular hotel just closer to the complex here at here on International Drive. And you've got a Walgreens here, Denny's, Red Lobster, and oh, just changing lanes, and we're just now at the front, and here's a McDonald's here. There's actually two McDonald's on International Drive, the other one being at the world's largest McDonald's in the centre of International Drive. And we're just now by the SeaWorld resort area. So down there, up that way goes to Orlando International Airport, and that is where most people would go if they're returning home from Orlando to go back to the UK and beyond. But obviously nobody wants to be there really, going home, because they've spent a lovely time in Orlando, but then that means you have to then go back to reality. You have to go back to the real world, unfortunately. But oh well, as you know, holidays don't last forever, you know. But obviously we're in day 3, so we are not but we're still happy with ourselves. I am quite happy that we've come here to Orlando for the first time in 6 years. So we're just now by the SeaWorld Resort Complex. So SeaWorld is one of the theme parks. It includes very unique different rides. The original rides include Kraken and the Journey to Atlantis. And then they started adding Manta, the B&M flying coaster into the park. And then they installed later on Mako, and then they put the pipeline coaster, the pipeline surf coaster in, and they also put another additional set of rides here at the park. So it is really good to see some very good unique rides, and also they put in Icebreaker and the Penguin coaster here in Orlando. And in spring of 2008, SeaWorld opened a water park called Aquatica, which is to the left of me. And Aquatica, it has very unique different rides. Like some rides are like, you had the Dolphin Plunge, which had been rethemed. You got the Wanu Way, the Tassie Twisters. You've also got all different types of rides. You even got another thing. You actually got, and if you got smaller guests with you. You've got the Walkabout Waters, which is the kids' interactive play area, and there's quite a few good, interesting rides at the Aquatica Resort area in Orlando for those people who've not been to Aquatica before. And we are going to go to Aquatica. I'm not sure if we'll go to Daytona, but anyway, oh, someone's going around on Mako. Someone's going around on Mako there. Very nice ride on Mako. I really enjoy Mako, especially when you get magnificent views of the park and even surrounding areas nearby. Especially the Icon Tower, the iconic air traffic control tower at Orlando International Airport. And that is great since you get a good view of Orlando International Airport. So there's a sign here for SeaWorld, and of course you've got the Discovery Cove, which is very lush. So as you know, with the Discovery Cove, you've got no queues, no crowds, just you and your family. For those people who've not been to the Discovery Cove, but to be honest with you, we don't really go to the Discovery Cove. So that's one part of SeaWorld that we miss, because obviously you're swimming with dolphins, so we tend to miss out with the Discovery Cove, which is actually a bit of a lusher version of a park. But you do have Discovery Cove at night, called Twilight Discovery. And so just gone past the Discovery Cove and the SeaWorld attractions, and so here we go. There's a sign here, Park Cornish Drive, Avienda Vista. So as you know, the I-Ride trolleys do go up here because they go up to the Orlando Vineland Premium Outlets, which is the outlet shopping centre. And so you've got the Orlando Premium Outlets, the Vineland Premium Outlets over here in Orlando. And that is one of the first outlet village shopping centres I've been to here in Orlando. But I have been to the Belts factory, which is now the International. Right, this is the elevator at the Cascade section of the Sheraton Vistana Resort in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. It's got up to 5. Close the doors. This is an Otis elevator, capacity 2,500 pounds. It's like a Gen 2 elevator back in England. Here we are at 5. Go down at 1. We're on 1, and that's it. Alright, this is the elevator at Cascade 4 at the Sheraton Vistana Resort in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, and this is another Otis, capacity 2,500 pounds. We got 4. Good. That's like the old Europa bell. Go down to 1. Close the door. And then what we'll do, we'll send this one back up to... Oh, it don't work that way. Oh, sorry. And here we are, 1. Turn it up to 4. And that's it. Right, this is the elevator at Cascades 5 at the Sheraton Vistana Resort, Lake Buena Vista, Florida. Let's go up to 2. And yet again, this is another Otis and the same details. Going up. We got 2. Go down on 1. We got 1. And that's it. Alright, this is the elevator at Cascade 6 at the Sheraton Vistana Resort, Lake Buena Vista, Florida, and this is yet again another Otis. Capacity £2,500. We got 2, sorry. Go down to 1. Can't believe it. You are going back down. Got 1. And that's it. Okay then, this is the Sheraton Vistana Resort here in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. And this is a tour of the complex. As you can tell, it looks very lovely at night. And we're going to each different sections of the resort. So, here we go. There's a bit of a swingy bit there. Can't see very well at night. And of course, it is a very good resort, so I highly recommend if anyone who haven't been to Orlando before, it is well recommended staying here at this resort because you're closer to the Disney parks and also to SeaWorld. So it is highly recommended that you can stay here as an option. There's the Cascades foyer, the Cascades building. So we're on Cascades, and Cascades is actually the section as you first walk into the resort itself. So the resort consists of different sections: Cascades, Palms, Springs, Spas, Fall, and of course Falls as well. And then of course you've got the Fountains and Lakes Village on the other side. That's the Otis elevator over there. But it is very nice, and of course 2020 this resort was celebrating 40 years, so it's been here a bit longer than 40 now. So that's Cascade 17. Got a lovely viewing deck onto the lovely lake, and over there is the Cascade swimming pool that has the waterfall and the water fountains, the water geysers. So as you can tell, it's now dusk. It's getting dark now here in Orlando, the USA time. And over there is the Marriott World Hotel, just right there. Down there is the spring section, which we are heading for next. Alright, this is the elevator at Cascades 12 at the Sheraton Vistana Resort in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, and you can tell me torch is on. And tap the elevator wall. Let's go in. Go to 2. Capacity 2,500 pounds. Oh, it's a very nice posh elevator. We got 2. Go down to 1. Wow, very nice resort this is. I wouldn't say hotel, I'd just say like a resort, because it's split into different complexes. Here we are, 1. And that's it. Okay, here we are, another view. So we're still on the Cascade section. Torch is on, of course. So, anyway, we're now going to the elevator. Cascades 11, Sheraton Vistana Resort, Lake Buena Vista, Florida. Over there is the busy road that leads down towards the Walmart. Oh, gotta watch the step. Oh, here's the elevator. Let's call it. Let's go to 2. And capacity 2,500 pounds LB. And here we are, 2. Go down to 1. Seems like, anyway, this is a very nice elevator, this is. Like all the last few I've been in just. We got 1. That's it. Alright then, this is the Springs pool here, the Sheraton Vistana Resort. So you just get like a normal main swimming pool, and then there's this little pool with a nice little water fountain in the middle. It is very basic, so I'm just gonna quickly go in. I'm not going to the swimming pool, but I'm just gonna have a good look around.